And we're live. There's been local complaints in the area of Chewy, Oklahoma, to be on the lookout for three funny looking men. One wears a mask, and the other two look like they're fresh out of Sing Sing and living on squirrel. Yes, I'm referring to what yesteryear would call the Three Stooges, but in Technicolor. Those delusional local outlaws of Texas, Bobby Bonehead Burns, the unoriginal renegade, and Manic Cantaloupe. I don't know why he calls himself that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But hop on down to Taco Bell and get that $5 box that's going to make you wish you hadn't bought cheap TP. That's my advice for today. So on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I've got, you see, it's weird if I say I've got Scruffy on the show because it sounds like I'm Scruffy. It sounds like I'm growing a beard live as we speak. That's not true. My guest tonight on this damn wrestling podcast is none other than Scruffy. Scruffy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. Make sure everything's looking all right. Yeah.
I'll let Scruffy tell you what promotions he's a part of, and then we'll get into the 21 questions.
All right. Primarily, I have been Lionheart Championship Wrestling under Brandon Groom, Gladiator Championship Wrestling under William Brown, aka Cage Parker. Let's see. I believe it's this Saturday. I may be making an appearance at NAW in Chewy, and next Friday, Majestic Championship Wrestling in Seminole. Scruffy and Scrappy, the underdogs, were taking on Lunchador and Canadian Red Devil for the Majestic Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championships. You don't want to miss that one for sure.
I can tell you that the NAW show for this Saturday was canceled. They're not going to have the show.
Oh man, I was really looking forward to that one, but hey, you know, things
Yeah,
happen, I guess.
decided that it's just too unsafe with the road conditions because everybody's going to be frozen in and whatnot.
Oh yeah. I guess I didn't really know what the weather was like out in that area.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but
That's all right. Things happen.
all right. First question. John Cena is getting his ass kicked by Randy Orton, Triple H, and Seth Rollins. Dolph Ziggler asks you to help him back with backing up Cena. There's a steel chair in sight. You can help Cena or take out Dolph Ziggler with the chair and then help the authority finish off Cena. What are you choosing?
No, I gotta help John Cena every single day. That man's my hero. He's been the guy that got me into wrestling ever since I was 5 years old. I gotta save him.
Okay, well, that takes out one of the questions. What made you want to get into wrestling?
Just the connection that John Cena was able to make with everybody for such a long time.
Right on. Horror movies or comedy?
Ooh. I'm a comedy guy. Like, don't get me wrong, I love horror movies, but I even like watching stand-up comedy on like Netflix and stuff, so I'll go with comedy movies.
Right on. Are you watching the current WWE product?
Um, Not as much, which is honestly not good at all, but I mean,
You know who Tiffany Stratton is?
Tiffany Stratton, yeah.
Okay, so Becky Lynch or Tiffany Stratton?
Um, I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch because I mean I'm more familiar with her because she's been around for some years.
Right. Hot chocolate or coffee?
Uh, I'm a hot chocolate kind of guy. I've never really been much of a coffee guy, if I'm being honest.
I like them both. Bailey or Naomi?
Bailey or Naomi? Um, I'll go with Bailey. I don't really have a particular reason there, but
I like them both.
yeah, me too.
What tag teams have you and Scrappy not faced that you'd like to face out of any Oklahoma promotion?
Out of any in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, we're getting ready to face Hell's Kitchen, so that's one that I've been wanting to get at for a little while. Um, Gosh, that's a good thought. I haven't really. You know what? I've been wanting to get my hands on the Texas Outlaws too for the longest time, and I'm glad that you dislike them as much as we do. He took Scrappy out of. They both took him out of action for a long time, but he's getting ready to get cleared up. So hopefully that can happen soon.
Have there been any challenges? Have there been any challenges that you didn't think you could overcome but did?
Um, any challenges? I mean, if I'm being honest, not a whole lot because my thought process whenever I face a challenge is that I'm gonna find some way to figure it out and I'm gonna find a way to face it. So off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything if I'm being honest.
That's the right mindset to have.
It's a champion's mindset.
I like that. What did your football playing days mean to you, and what did you learn from it?
Sorry.
What did your football playing days mean to you, and what did you learn from it?
Man, my football days, they brought a lot of things to me. Brotherhood and working as a team, really building relationships with people, really just brought some of the best qualities out of me and some of the best experiences that I've ever had, honestly.
Would you tell a kid that doesn't have any discipline or structure in his life that going and to play for a sports team would be good for him to do?
Absolutely. You make a lot of you meet a lot of people, you build a lot of really good relationships, not with just your teammates, but if you have the right coaches, they'll definitely lift you up and make sure that they've got your back.
That's right. What's a food that you hate?
A food that I hate?
Yeah,
Oh man. We'll go ahead and just you know what? I hate fish. Like
you don't like
seafood
fish.
is not for me at all.
Right on. Who do you think Scrappy would pick as another tag team partner?
If I wasn't on the table, he would go ahead and probably pick Golden Jet because he's our third underdog as much as he may or may not say it.
Okay. What's Scrappy's favorite movie?
Scrappy's favorite movie, gosh. I honestly I couldn't even tell you. He is such a different personality. He could have any movie as his favorite movie, honestly. We haven't really gotten to talk about that much.
When I do one with him, I'm going to ask him the same thing. So don't tell him the questions I've got.
My lips are sealed, bud.
Who's Scrappy's favorite wrestler?
Well, from his move set, it looks like he takes a lot of inspiration from Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
So if I had to take a guess, he's probably up there.
What I meant by that was just don't tell him any of your interest up until that point. That way he can guess.
Yep, I got you.
Is there a talent most people don't know that you
I can say the alphabet backwards.
have?
I don't tell a lot of people because it's really pointless, but I can in fact do it.
Is there a reason for that?
Is there a fact for being it, or is there a reason for being able to do it?
It's usually a bad thing because I was 19 when this happened. You saying your ABC is backwards. It's something that the police might ask you.
No, not really. I guess I just
Okay.
kind of got bored one day and decided that I was going to try it out, and then eventually
All
I
right.
picked it up. So,
Well, I told him myself, and that's okay. Let's see. Favorite board game or card game?
um, favorite board game or card game? Excuse me. Um, I'll go ahead and say I'll go ahead and say Uno, probably.
Yeah, I played a lot of Uno growing up.
Yeah,
If
either
you
that
get a
or
really,
blackjack, because taking a chance is always fun.
yeah, blackjack's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Would you rather go to a concert or a rodeo?
Uh, really depends on who the concert is, but I mean, if it's, I mean, most of the time I'd probably pick a concert over a rodeo if I'm being honest. Although I don't hate rodeos. Um, some of my family might think I do, but I've been to a couple and I don't hate them, but I just don't prefer them.
Country music or heavy metal?
Country music for sure, not
Who's your
even
favorite
close.
band?
Who's my favorite band? Um, in terms of country music or all music?
All music.
Ooh. Um, I
I
don't know
like
if I
Disturbed
really
a
have
lot.
a. Sorry, what was that?
I said I like Disturbed a lot and 3 Days Grace.
I don't really know if I have a favorite band, but in terms of artists in general, I've been listening to a guy named Benson Boone. Not sure if you've heard of him. He's a little bit newer, but his music's been growing on me lately.
I have to
And
look them up.
yeah, um, he's really talented. He's got really good vocals, so that's kind of what I like. But um, going back to the last question, I mean, I do have a couple country artists like I like Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs. Those are a couple big ones for me. So,
I like them too. Favorite NFL and college football team?
well, my favorite college football team, kind of kind of repping it right now. There's only one Oklahoma in the Ensign State. Go Pokes. Anyways, and then my favorite NFL team is the Kansas City Chiefs because I'm originally from Kansas. So
Right on.
I already know a bunch of people would have. I can already see the bandwagon comments coming. Oh, you're not a real fan. Yes, I am. Chill out.
All right. Next question. The Texas Outlaws, Unoriginal Renegade, and Manico challenge you and Scrappy to a Texas Street Fight tag team match. You need to pick a foreign object to finish them off and win the match. You and Scrappy can ascend two different ladders and perform a frog splash on them through two different tables and roll one back in the ring for the win. Or give them a kendo stick repeatedly till they fall over from the blunt force trauma, or you can toss Manico out through a table and perform a tag team finisher on Renegade and win the match. What are you picking?
Ooh, how about I here? Let me tell you this. All right, I'm throwing Manico out through a table, and then I'm letting Scrappy climb to the top of the ladder and hit a swanton through tables. How about that? I like that idea.
All right, that works. Who is your Mount Rushmore of men's professional wrestlers and Mount Rushmore of women's professional wrestlers?
Ooh, okay. Uh, for my men's Mount Rushmore, I'm gonna go ahead and go with John Cena because I mean, he's probably one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put Roman Reigns up there because for more people that are watching the current product, like he's kind of the big name right now. Um, aside from Cody Rhodes, of course. And then I'll go with probably Stone Cold and The Rock just because they absolutely tore the house down every time they faced each other whenever they were in the Attitude Era. So I think I'll go with those four. And then for the women's, I'm glad that you asked me this because I saw your episode with Bishop Simon and I kind of started thinking about it. I'm going to go with Lita, Trish Stratus, and then I'm going to go with Mae Young for the classics, and then I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair because of her recent, or yeah, I guess we can call it recent success because she's won how many championships now?
14 maybe.
As much as I don't really enjoy watching it because of how much she wins, but like you can't deny it.
Right on. Well, man, that's all the questions. I really had a fun time with you coming on the show. I'm glad you came on tonight, especially last minute, but we just kind of just threw it together.
I know, right?
But we'll have to do more podcasts. I'm going to be doing some podcasts on old episodes of WCW stuff like Nitro, Thunder, WCW Saturday Night, and some of the pay per views. I know it was before your time, but you never know. You might be into that.
Never know. You never know.
All right, Nan. Well, thanks a lot for coming on the show. It was great having
Thanks
you
for
on here.
having me. It was a great time.
Have a good night, dude.
Thanks, you too.